everyone. Today we're talking about fine dining, and I mean everything to do with the proper way to eat and good table manners. Who doesn't like to pamper themselves and have a great night out, whether it's with your colleagues or with your partner? It's all about how you conduct yourself at the table. It's very important today that fine dining is seen as an essential part of your business etiquette skills, and it's become very relevant today in the social scene. First thing you must remember whenever it comes to fine dining is your seating. If you're with your partner, it's a good idea to sit opposite your partner. And if you come as a group, try to alternate male-female as you sit at the table. Now, did you just see what happened with the napkins? I've seen it time and time again. Many times people just don't use their napkins at all, from the beginning of the meal to the very end. Did you see how he just flew his tie? And what about the lady who just spread her napkin across her chest? It's likely going to fall down during the course of the meal. And my favorite, how many people tend to wear their napkins as a bib. Interesting. Let's see. What about the lady who had her bag? Ladies, many times we just don't know where to keep our bags. On the floor or on the table? Well, of course it depends. If you have a clutch purse, just put it on the table. It will do just fine there. But if you do have a bag, as you saw our lady, remember, she had a table holder, bag holder right in her bag. Bring it out, ladies, because this is the time for you to use it. Let's see what else happens when it comes to table dining etiquette. Wow, still talking about napkins. Did you see what happened? With fine dining, you will be given wet hand towels. All you need to do is wipe your hands and no other part of your body. You can't have a bath while you're sitting during fine dining. One of our gentlemen, as you could see, cleaned his face and his head. The other one literally had a bath. He had to start cleaning other parts of his body. They are complete no-nos when it comes to table dining etiquette. With the ladies, they got it right, and that's what you need to know. So there we go, once again, bread etiquette. When it comes to bread, bread comes with soup. So you have to wait for your soup to come along before you even start eating your bread. It's a no-no to cut your bread into two and make a burger. Please don't do that again. And it is also a no-no to cut your bread into tiny pieces like a little child. The right thing to do is to break your bread one piece at a time. Remember one thing, bread is broken and never cut. So there you go. When it comes to taking soup, no slurping when it comes to eating your soup. It's all about taking your soup in the right way. And they say you must spoon your soup away from you. Otherwise, you may have an accident. When it comes to taking salad during fine dining, this is where your knowledge of knife and fork actually comes to play. You don't just take any knife and fork. There are what we call a salad knife and fork, and that usually is placed on the outside of your cutlery on the table. Always start your dining from the outside in. Don't take the fish knife and fork, and don't take the main course knife and fork. Did you see what happened? The lady on our right hand side, she takes the right knife and fork. The gentleman doesn't like his salad at all. And as usual, we see it all the time, using just the fork to eat your salad. The right way is to pick up both knife and fork. Bon appetit. Okay, they're still eating. This is the fun part of fine dining etiquette, knowing exactly how to use your knife and fork. What's up with the gentleman using his hands in a fine restaurant like this? He feels comfortable, but he does look a little silly. All he needs to do is learn how to use the knife and fork properly, and he'll go away. Remember, when it comes to fine dining, you can see how much polish one has through the way they dine, and the way they eat, and the way they conduct themselves at the table. Still more. You're still enjoying your meal. At this point in time, it's all about how you have a good rapport at the table. Table manners are important. Have good conversation. Talk about good topics. Don't talk with your mouth full. Remember, a toothpick is not usually used at the table. Try and use your toothpick in a convenient place. Don't eat too much by putting too much in your mouth, because you need to have a break as you're conversing. That's the right way to dine. Okay, we've come to the end of the meal and we're having our dessert. You must realize that when it comes to dessert, you should be using both your spoon and your fork at the same time. It's not on the table for nothing. It's there for a reason. Ideally, spoon should be in the right hand and your fork in your left hand. Use your spoon to cut and your fork to eat. It doesn't make sense if you have just a spoon or fork in your hand, because it shows that you don't have proper table manners. And just to wrap up there, when it comes to table manners, dining etiquette, fine dining, it's all about practicing an interpersonal skill that doesn't just happen overnight. You do need to practice. It's important in business to know how to dine well. It's becoming even more essential in the social scene as well. Anyway, when it comes to table manners, make sure you order your food in advance, especially if it's a very popular restaurant. Learn how to sit properly with your back straight. Posture makes all the difference at the table. Enjoy your meal at all times, making sure that you do pick up the right knife and fork. Remember to always work from the outside in. The larger knife and fork is for the main meal, while the smaller one is always for the salad. You get what I mean? Make sure you don't use your spoon to eat your rice, because it is for the soup and the soup alone. Anyway, there's so much more to talk about when it comes to dining, but we only have this much space to speak about it here. But I hope you've enjoyed some of the tips that you learned today. Like I always say, use etiquette to your advantage. Remember, think etiquette, think Janet.